Hello everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Elih from Community Education Program in Faculty of Educational Science Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia. It's an honor for me to have such a fantastic opportunity for join this event, the, the fourth the fourth Kuala Lumpur International Conference on Management, Education and Technology 2023. So, let me present our article, Kurikulum Merdeka to Create an Inclusive Learning Environment, presented by Elih Sudiapermana, Ade Romi Rosmia, Elih Meliawati, and Muhammad Adi Alimutama. Kurikulum Merdeka is a curriculum developed by the Indonesian Ministry of Education and Culture that aims to provide education oriented to values of Pancasila and promote independent national education. Kurikulum Merdeka fokus on building students' character and social-emotional competence. For literature review, the first is Kurikulum Merdeka. Kurikulum Merdeka is a curriculum with diverse intracurricular learning where the content will be more optimal so that students have enough time to explore concepts and strengthen competencies. The second literature is about inclusive learning. Inclusive learning is an approach that creates a student-centered learning environment where all students, including those with special needs, are invited to learn together in regular classes. This research methodology uses a descriptive method with data collection carried out through interviews and focus group discussion. The respondents in this study consisted of 15 students and educators from the Community Learning Activity Center or PKBM. The result of this article is about this table. So let me explain. The implementation of independent curriculum is seen for two stages, which are obtained from the result of interviews and field observation, while the first stage is the preparation of the curriculum and the second stage is learning implementation process, which can be seen in the following table. The first stage in the presentation of curriculum starts from the analysis of the situation of the education unit, the preparation of the vision and mission of the education unit, the preparation of the program, and the last stage is the preparation of teaching modules. In its implementation, the stage is obtained based on the needs and potential of students and the environment and considers developments and change in the world of education. The situation analysis stage of the educational unit carried out by identifying the needs and potentials of student and learning resources in the environment by looking at the abilities of each student, the interests and talents possessed by students, and the potential of resources that can be developed into potential learning outcomes and learning materials based on the result of interview situation analysis is also obtained through evaluating of learning conducted by teachers in terms of the level of participation and student involvement in learning. The result of student learning evaluation both cognitively, affectively, and psychomotorically. Situation analysis is also carried out by looking at the red lines of available facilities and infrastructure that can support the implementation of the independent curriculum. The next stage is the preparation of the program. The preparation of the program is also carried out by holding meetings involving stakeholders by making a design to organize and manage the entire series of activities to be carried out. The preparation of the program is also prepared based on the result of the situation analysis and the preparation of the mission and the vision that has been previously determined. In the preparation of the program, managers and teachers identified the needs and goals of education to be achieved by looking at the result. And the last stage in the preparation of operation in educational units is the preparation to teaching modules, which are carried out by each subject teachers. Teaching modules are used teaching modules are used as teacher guidelines in organizing the learning process to stage carried out at first determining learning outcomes, learning objectives, developing the flow of learning objectives. After that, compiling learning modules that are tailored to the material to be delivered based on learning outcomes that has been determined. In this process of preparation, teachers are equipped through teaching module training organized by the government. In addition to curriculum preparation, the learning process is also included in the stage of implementing in the independent curriculum. The learning process consists of learning general material and learning to strengthen the profile of Pancasila student. General material learning is designed to provide individuals with the opportunity to acquire the skills, knowledge, and understanding necessary for success in everyday life as well as in the world of work. This learning process is taken by several methods such as face-to-face learning, tutorials, and independent learning. In face-to-face learning, students are physically present in class with a teacher. Teachers will convey important concepts and basic knowledge directly. Through direct understanding the material better, it is also an opportunity, through direct interaction with the teacher, students have the opportunity to ask questions, discuss, and understand the material better. It is also opportunity to build relationship between teachers and other students. Furthermore, the tutorial method that is part of the learning focus on the personal. Students can work in small groups as well as individually. In this process, students have the opportunity to dig deeper into material that may be difficult. This tutorial method will help students in solving problems and getting more intensive help to overcome obstacles in their learning. Another method in independent learning that gives students the freedom to learn independently, such as reading books, exploring online learning resources, and completing assignment independently. Students will learn how to manage their own time, hone research skills, and develop self-discipline. In addition, independent learning will also provide opportunities for students to pursue their special interest in learning. Another learning process is learning to strengthen the profile of Pancasila student, which is designed to strengthen students' understanding, values, and commitment to Pancasila. Pancasila itself is the basic ideology of the Indonesian state. This Pancasila student profile consists of 6 dimensions as follows. First, faith, fear of God Almighty, and noble character. This profile emphasizes the importance of having faith and pity to God Almighty. Students are invited to develop good morals and strong morality in everyday life. Second, independent. Students are taught to be independent individuals, have the ability to take decisions and take responsibility for the action they take. This includes the development of personal skills, independence in learning, and the ability to tackle challenge with confidence. Third, working together. This profile encourages students to value and participate in social cooperation. Students are also taught to work great things with fellow students, help others, and contribute to the common well-being. Fourth, global diversity. Students are invited to understand and appreciate the diversity of cultures, religions, and views in a global context. Students are given an understanding of the differences and similarities between nations and are given the opportunity to interact with individuals from diverse backgrounds. Fifth, critical reasoning. This profile emphasizes students' ability to think critically, evaluate information, and make wise decisions. Students are taught to not only take information for granted, but also to ask questions and conduct in-depth analysis of complex issues. Sixth, creative. Students are encouraged to develop their creativity in various fields such as art, science, technology, and so on. They are invited to think outside the box and create innovative solutions to the problem at hand. The main objective of this learning is to build student awareness and engagement with the values of Pancasila and develop a deeper understanding of these concepts. The method used in this learning are only face-to-face method and tutorials. Through face-to-face learning, teachers will use an interactive approach to discuss concepts related to the ideology of Pancasila. Teachers will also invite students to discuss and stimulate critical reflection, while tutorial learning is a phase where students get more intensive help in understanding Pancasila. Students can participate in tutorial session in groups or individually. Tutorial learning allows students to replicate the meaning of Pancasila value more deeply and have the opportunity to explore complex aspects of Pancasila. The approach taken in the both learning process above focuses on flexibility student participation. The approach taken in both learning process above focus on flexibility, student participation, and creativity development can help create a more inclusive learning environment. Based on the result of the study, the following are indicators of inclusive learning that emerge from interviews and observation in the field. First, student-based approach. Implementation of the independent curriculum. From the result of this study, students are positioned as leaders, where students are given the opportunity to take active participation in the learning process, such as expressing the opinions they have or providing learning based on the experiences of each student. Second, emphasize on creativity. Teachers are given flexibility in adjusting learning methods that suit students' needs. In the learning process, teachers use the surrounding environment as a learning resource. Sometimes students' learning experiences are used as real learning resources to support the learning process. Third, individualized support. The implementation of Curriculum Merdeka can enable teachers to provide more individualized support to students with special needs. Teachers can design lessons tailored to student needs, such as using accessible learning materials or modifying assignments. Fourth, inclusion in the planning process. The implementation of the Curriculum Merdeka, students are encouraged to actively participate in learning planning. When formulating lesson planning, students are given control to determine what learning they need most in the end is relevant to the current situation. Fifth, skill-based approach. Not only for an academic perspective, the learning process in the implementation of Curriculum Merdeka also prioritize skills given to students in the form of utilizing the potential that exists in the surrounding environment to then be transformed into something that has selling value. Use technology. 6. Use technology. Students are given the opportunity to utilize the technology provided to find information or learning resources that can support the learning process. This technology is a tool used by students to facilitate the learning process. Last but not least, formative approach in assessment. The assessment used in the implementation of Curriculum Merdeka is adjusted to the learning ability of students. The assessment format uses the same format for all students, but the assessment content is tailored to teach students' ability. This can help students, including those with special needs, to understand their progress and identify areas that need improvement. Conclusion. The Curriculum Merdeka has significant potential as a solution to optimize inclusive learning in Indonesia. The implementation of independent curriculum or Curriculum Merdeka is carried out through two stages, namely the preparation of the operational curriculum of the educational unit and the learning process. The preparation of the operational curriculum of the education unit is carried out by analyzing the situation of the education unit, preparing the vision and mission of the education unit, preparing programs, and preparing teaching models. while the learning process consists of learning general materials and strengthening the profile of Pancasila student, which is carried out with face-to-face learning method, tutorials, and independent learning. So that's it for me. I hope everything can be good for all of you. See you in the next time. So thank you very much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.